time it is, buddy?
Fever time.
Yeah, man!
Fire.
Everything that you carry, any luggage you take, all the ghosts you keep in hiding, they don't scare me away. No, 'cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. It's a past that keeps on calling, or if it keeps you awake. I won't let a scar keep me from your lips. I catch every tear from your face. 'Cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you,
What is up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. I believe for Wednesday. Is it hump day? Are we there yet? I can't remember what day of the week it is, but that's okay because we're here together. We can just be crazy together, mostly because I have been deep diving as much as I can into Fallout, the Robco Animated Series, which is the sort of extra content on Amazon Prime for Fallout. They did something like this for season 1, but not as mysterious and I guess as fun in a different way. It was more comical and sort of the first season, the little extra clips that they had like this was about Vault Tech, particular with our character Bud and his buds, and how you can kind of move up the chain or the ladder in Vault Tech industries from a sales rep all the way up to like executive management and so on. And they were cute little skits, kind of like old cartoons to a degree. But nothing, I didn't see anything. I went back and watched them to see if there was any real sort of like mysteries. Now there's some Easter eggs and stuff in them, as far as everybody going to the convention, sort of showing how the corporations are kind of working together, even though maybe in the public side, the corporations are fighting each other. So there was all these little things that Bud was telling us about Vault Tech and how you can get folks to join in and keep those sales up and the perks you get as you move up the ladder, if you want to call them perks. Something about you get vacation days, but they're not encouraged to take, but you are encouraged to get the little slips. But this season, they have with Mr. House, and I'm assuming the kind of things that he does with technology and a whole host of other things behind him, they're doing these particular ones on his company, the Robco Corporation, sort of giving us these little minute, 2-minute animated sort of skits. And within, I want to say each one of them, even this week's, I didn't find as much in it this week's. This week's was a minute or just under a minute long, and I've got the screenshots for it, but there was only like one frame that I found that was really glitchy that gave us anything. But for the last 3 or 4 weeks prior, we have been getting a lot of these little glitches within sort of the Robco Animated Series, which is almost like updating a Pip-Boy or something like that. So I'm kind of curious to see what is trying to hack them. I went through trying to figure out, again, I'm not that computer. I mean, I got a little bit of skills, but I'm not skilled in sort of coding or even understanding what everything it was trying to tell us. So I went through trying to figure out what each one of these HTMs might have represented. Even what, as you see on the screen here, we get a a C drive like echo command. I kind of was looking into seeing what that was about. Apparently it has it's like a shell. Hang on, shit. Y'all know I'm not smart enough for it. It has to do with shell programming. So like I typed in that command to see what it prompts, and it's saying that this is a command prompt indicating the current working directory is a folder named CH on the C drive. Note the CH is also a specific C-C++ interpreter that uses this style of prompt for shell programming. I had to look at what shell programming was. Boy, is it fun to research tech. Oh, yeah. Hey, let me get back to you guys, too, because I'm on another browser. You are on the right track. Yep. So, I'm sorry. Manicore, when I'm telling you, this shit has done totally, like, I don't know what the fuck they're trying to tell me. I think when we first started talking about it, we talked about how maybe Mr. House was transferring his self into maybe a device, which they do talk about in the series, how Mr. House was always kind of trying to live forever. And they, it is possible he is transferring his consciousness, but the only reason I don't think it's that is we get some dates within these flashes when certain things are being uploaded. Not only do the dates change, but the names of the files change, not the size. The date or the year changes, but not the time, the day, and the month. Not to mention a whole host of other glitches and prompts that are popping up, debugging commands, all seemingly like it's hacking this terminal, which we see again on some of these flashes. I'm going to go through all this stuff as best I can tonight. It even shows like in the game when you're hacking a terminal. So I'm assuming something or someone is trying to hack Robco. I don't think it's House. Now, I'm probably wrong. Like I said, I have no idea what all this shit means, but just trying to figure it out. I can't figure out. There's 2 dates actually, and those dates, or the years rather, 2020 and 2045 are specific to Mr. House. The year 2020 was the year he's born in, and I totally did not say hey to you guys because I'm so excited. I apologize. Let me go back and welcome all you guys in the chat. Before I go any deeper, just know that it's a lot of information. I'm going to possibly try to get away with showing as much of the clips from Amazon Prime as I can. I looked it up, and apparently I'm allowed to, as long as I do the rules and so on and so forth, and they're short clips. So with just fingers crossed. We may not show the whole thing, but I'll at least try to show the flashes so you guys kind of see what I'm saying when I say like it glitches and then there's these little flashes, and you have to catch the frames again very quickly. These are hidden frames within like a second. Sometimes you get 1, sometimes you get 2 or 3, all kinds of whacked out shit. But let's see who we have joining us this evening. And of course, we got Mr. Great Gold first and foremost in the chat. Welcome to you, hun. Hope you're having an awesome week. We also have Mr. Tex Zombie. No Mario Kart. I can't make that work right now. One day, I'll have to get like an emulated version of it or something like that, and we'll play Mario Kart. But welcome, hun. Let's see. Who else do we got? Of course, we got Mr. Manicore hanging out with us. I'm going to follow all the rules, Dana. Dana, you are more than welcome to join me too. I did not even tell Dana or James. I just kind of impromptu decided to do this stream. I have watched this week's episode, but I'm not really going to talk about it tonight. We're going to kind of save that for Friday night. But yeah, Dana, join. I didn't know if you were available, and I literally just was like, you know what? I've got to talk about this. So impromptu stream, literally just set it up, got started. But you were more than welcome to join. I knew it might be dinner time too. So I didn't know if you was done with dinner and such, but always feel free to join me, my dear. But yeah, this stuff is kind of all whacked out, and I'm gonna go through it as best as I can, go through what these items may be, and see if you guys have any thoughts. I know, Manicor, you're great, at least at coding, or at least you have some skills in it. I know you've been working with some AI programming and stuff like that and coding. So maybe you understand what's going on. You're going through all your emergency stuff. Your mom. Oh, yeah, we've been upgraded to a blizzard this weekend. All right, no worries, Dana. I know. And for all of us in the States, right, we've got a hell of a winter storm approaching even the South. So everybody stay safe out there. Make sure you got lots of supplies. Stay warm. And we will weather it all together as best as we can. But let's see where to begin. So I'm going to try and see if I can do this in some sort of an orderly fashion. All right. So in the first sort of, I want to say it was the second one, I think. It was like the second one that they gave us, the third episode, but it was the second animated extra sort of content they gave us. And when you go through it, again, when it glitches, this is sort of the first thing that we get with dates. And we get a lot of like Windows 98 Pro. And again, the HTML I learned is just an older version of HTML. It works in the same sort of regard. We get a JPEG file. And again, I didn't quite look up each and every one of these. But for the most part, just looking them up, they seem to be some sort of file. And we get a date. And again, Mr. House was born June 25th of 2020. So, these files allegedly, and again, the actual day and month will not change, and this file size here will not sort of change, but, or nor will the time, but the actual year and what these files, at least some of them, are called is going to change, which, again, I had to look into. I know what the Windows, like Windows 98, Windows 10, 7, 8, all that, I pretty much know what that is. Again, we get a JPEG file. That's an image. All that seemed like, okay, well, why was this date here? Because there's no way that if he was born, he was still too young in order to do any of this fuckery. Let's see. How dear says, I've had Linux installations break, leaving me at a shell on boot. It's a pain trying to fix. Okay. And I got a lot of Linux references when looking up some of this stuff. So it could have something to do. And again, when we get ready to this next image, I'm going to show you that's sort of like a continuation of this one. But again, it changes our year and the file names. They do. I just Scarlet's the Wasteland, Lois Lane now. Look, man, they gave me a mystery Great Gold. They gave me a second of a like out of the whole minutes of this whatever fuckery this is. They decide to give me flashes, and I have to stop and see what the hell is in the flashes. And they got me hooked on what in the fuckery is all this. So again, just for the year itself is his. It's not his birthday because he was born in June, but the year is his birth. Now, I'm trying to figure out exactly when his parents died, because supposedly he was a son of a wealthy the tool company, the one that he talked about. His brother inherited or swindled him allegedly out of that company. So that tool company, that even that house references when he's in the show and he's at that that I guess it was like a pub, and he's telling the dude, oh, how what kind of work do you do? He says he's in construction. So his brother swindled after their parents died, which apparently they're half brothers, only related through their father, but both of House's mother and father, and so I guess his half brother's father died. So House was adopted, and during that, his half brother swindled him out of his inheritance with that other company. So there's some friction there. I was trying to figure out exactly when his parents died, because I believe it said he was like 2 years old when this happened. What's up, Kirk? Stopping to give a thumbs up, leaving now because I don't want you to spoil it for me. Oh, Kirk, I am not talking about the episodes. This is not the episodes. This is the extra content that they have. Because I'm not necessarily talking about this week's episode. I'm saving that for Friday. Because I know a lot of people probably haven't had a chance to actually watch this week's episode. So I'm not even like getting into the episodes or anything about that, which I will tell you, Kirk, you need to catch up, because I think it was a good episode. I have watched it, but we're not here to talk about that tonight. We're here to talk about extra content on Amazon Prime, specifically the Robco Animated Series is what they've called it. And what's up, Maker of Mayhem? So again, I'm trying to correlate these dates with something in Fallout, and I know 2020 was the year that House was born. And then again, so we get these little prompts, and I'm like, okay, is it saying it's downloading, uploading? We don't know. It's just giving us a date with I'm assuming how big the file is, and what the file is. And these are all HTMLs except for the JPEG. So I was kind of like, okay, well, what do we do? Do you typically transfer like your Windows 98 Pro and stuff, like transferring it like that? I was kind of confused. I didn't know if that was something you do, or if they're trying to reinstate the computer, like trying to fix it. I'm not sure what in the fuckery is going on, but all right, let's see if I can try to explain it. I'll do my best. But again, as we go through later, we get another one of these the next week, I believe, and we get this one. And I'll put them both up there for comparison. But again, the time, the day, or the month and the day do not change. The year changes. And 2045 is a little specific. I believe it said House started Robco 22 years after he was born, so that would be 2042. This date is 3 years after that, around about. Again, I don't know the exact. I have to go back and see the exact month and the day, but it said 22 years after he was born, he founded it. And I don't know if it was exactly 20 years down to like his birthday, but approximately 22 years after he was born, he founded the company. So, and that's why 2045 to me, I'm thinking, okay, well, so this is a few years after the company was founded, but instead of using what you would think would be Windows, he's using the DOS or DOS. And that was and my husband just told me what DOS stands for. I've totally forgotten. Look, I tried to get him to help me with this. He just looked at me like I was crazy. So he goes, and again, all of these up here, it was Windows 98 Pro, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows, whatever that other one was, right? And then it goes back to the normal sort of files that were already there. There's the JPEG. And again, all of these file sizes, I try to completely look at them. As far as when we get down to this one, because this is where that first image stops at the Waganda.htm. These down here came after the fact. So these are new, same day, month, Again, the years change. The time, though, on them are all still 5:33 p.m. We have more files in here, and then we get something that is a date behind these dates, right? So we got December 31st, 2045, and then we go backwards to October 12th, 2045 at 12:09 p.m. and this is a DIR, and it's notes. Again, it's what the fuck? And then we get a command. And again, this is the command that I was kind of going over for compute. And it's ends up, I just don't fucking understand what it's trying to do with the program. So those two frames particularly interest me. But again, we also get a lot of this sort of stuff flashed in there. These are the, that's the DOS system, 32, debugcommand.com. Again, someone is trying to do something to the computer, but I'm not sure who. I as we talked about it before, I think even James said it sounds maybe like Mr. House is trying to sort of transfer things. But what I can't understand is the hacking aspect of it. Why would he have to hack into his own terminals? Why would he have to, like the debugging? Okay, fine. I'm thinking that half of this is someone trying to hack into the terminal, and then some of this is they're failing to do so, and House is sort of trying to stop it in a sense. Or he's got I don't want to say firewalls, I guess might be the word, or he's got things in here to sort of like when they try it stops. Because the first couple, we get errors, Robco internal use only. That would, Robco internal use, well, House would have access to that. He would be the one to have, access to be able to use that. I don't see him trying to access it in order to hack it. But there are, like he said in one of the episodes, there are some, maybe another party at play that we don't know about. And I think that's what these are actually hinting to. Dirty operating system. What happens if you subtract the 1.21 gigawatts? I don't know. I have no idea. Text. All right, so let's see. Shit, I gotta get back to something. Most of this is pretty self-explanatory. It's, we get patch downloads. So again, all this seems, they're just going through the normal sort of, it's telling you about Robco and how you're kind of contracted with them and to help them and all this different kind of stuff and how it's kind of working with Vault-Tec and all these different companies kind of working together for data. It's when the glitches happen that's what's so concerning, because I don't see House hacking into his own systems in that regard. He wouldn't have to. He's smart. He doesn't have to hack into it. And whoever's trying to hack into it, they're not doing the greatest of job. Because, let's see, I'm trying to find the one where we get, is it this one? Yeah. All right. So after this page of whatever all these commands and all this other stuff and whatever they're trying to do with these files, again, it looks like it's transferring or showing at least the files on the computer and when they were put onto the computer. Again, this year and date makes sense, but when it was 2020, that doesn't make sense. He was not old enough. Robco was not even founded until 22 years later. So I'm trying to figure out if they're going through and they're trying to hack in, and if he is trying to stop it, which is why, again, it goes through all this different stuff of the Robco family, talking about likelihood of collapse, and then we get this, which is the terminal protocol. And this is what you get in the game when you go to hack a terminal in the game in order to have access to the files and whatever is on there, even to control the turrets and other things. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think this is a transfer of consciousness, or do I think it's Mr. House hacking into his own company. I'm not saying now it's still possible. I'm just saying I don't think that's what's going on. I'm gonna tell you guys who I think it might be. Because loading package errors, we get all these errors and some overriding stuff, and then a super error. And again, once this pops up, it's letting you know, like, whatever you're trying to do here, it didn't work. And I think it's a failsafe because Mr. House pops up in code. And this to me it looks like something like if you were trying to hack in and you fucked up and he basically put up a firewall or denied access, and he's like, like in your face, like, no bitch, it didn't work. We go, and again, it goes from his face, which I think is him had like almost like his firewall or whatever you want to call it, try to stop whatever is trying to hack in, kind of let him know you didn't win. And then we get another, and this is again the terminals, the way they look in the game when you're going to hack them. Now I'm trying to remember, even when I played New Vegas so far, I haven't played all of Fallout games, but from the two I have played, and so far, when I hack into those terminals or I'm trying to hack into them, I don't get a whole bunch of question marks with the words. You get a whole bunch of this sort of interesting little coding going on here. This is very, again, it's different from what you normally see. So I'm trying to figure out if they're hacking in, why, and then why is the terminal different? And then it goes back to, and this I believe is just showing House's math and how he is sort of showing how the end of the world is going to happen and all these different sort of mathematical calculations. I even put this image into like Google to see like what the hell it meant. And it even says basically like abstract math. Not that it's supposed to actually have any actual like math behind it in the sense of any it's not real equations per se, but sort of just showing you a complex sort of mathematician trying to figure something out. And again, we know that House is he was sort of trying to, he was a computer numbers mathematician type of dude. And showing parents, I'm assuming it's talking about birth rates, food shortages, and even when the bomb will drop. But then we get back to, again, Mr. House being flashed within these frames as if he's like basically, at first I think we thought it was him hacking in. Okay, he's almost here. He's getting closer. He's right there. But now I'm starting to think this is him just like whatever this person is trying to do within these terminals, it's not working. Mr. House put in a lot of fail safes in order to stop whoever's trying to hack his company. Actually, two possibilities on who that could be. And then, of course, we get all these other Robco Industries. It's giving us these sort of, it says user override, yes, unified operating systems engaged. And it talks about the copyright and of 2077 to 2077, which we know is right before the fall, I believe. I believe 2077 is when the nuclear kind of fallout happens. So all of this is like just, it's pretty basic, just kind of going through most of these clips. They're not anything too major, just again going over kind of Robco, the Pip-Boys, and how your Pip-Boy kind of helps with not only you as far as having being able to do other tasks or certain things better, but also you've kind of basically let them know that you are going to give up the data that is retrieved from that to basically Robco in order for them to quote unquote continue to upgrade all of their tech throughout the years. And all of these where I'm showing like this stuff right here, this is all within the same animation or the same week. And like I said, this was all pretty self-explanatory. It's talking about being under the umbrella of Robco and all the, what that comes with. And then, of course, we start to get our glitches again, and we get to see Mr. House again, along with an error, and then Robco internal use only. Again, I'm thinking he's like letting you know, hey, look, you ain't getting into my shit. Fuck off. We get the user override. So again, someone is trying to override the unified operating systems and stuff like that. Like it's, and then again, we get eye tracker enabled. So these are different little things that are, I guess, things that you're trying to download onto the Pip-Boy possibly. But this week we don't get much. We get basically, when this sort of ends, you get like these errors, right? So it comes back with, you come back to your animations with the error. Like it starts off with you reconnecting, like, hey, this shit's not working out. And this was sort of the same imagery that we get sort of over here, where it's, again, it's something is hacking in and it's like shorting out the system, and it's like, hey, call the hotline, and all right, we're going to do an update. And then it does all the debugging, all the things, right? All the way to get us back to this week, where it starts off basically, again, right, pretty much where it kind of leaves off, but it's letting us know that there's a patch installed. A couple patches. We get 2 identity reminders, and these patches are particularly talking about the Protectatrons this week. So it's loaded it all up. It gives us our propaganda again, talking about different things, employment, energy saving, and the source is myfreefiles.yzx. Again, they're showing us all these different files. With Mr. House, of course, all the promoting and propaganda. But this is, again, the error, or for Robco internal use only viewer data codes. And this happens during one of the flashes, I believe. Again, we're going to go over it a little bit more in depth. But this is pretty much the only one I get in this one. I'm going to try to double check it. I actually did already double check, triple, quadruple check this clip to try to see if I can find any more. It was all I found on this week's. So this is priority level. We is at priority level 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. The viewer data codes. I have no fucking idea. But it's still cute nonetheless. They, of course, are showing us your exclusive price. All the sale. You got to get it while the getting's good, folks, because you only got 5 days before the price increases. We see we get a $500 rebate contingent on future peace, social value scores, must consent to data policy. That data policy, I believe, is referring to them being able to access all of your data off of the Pip-Boy. It does this flash. It goes to 3 days. But I didn't find anything within the flash. It's just, again, glitching. But there wasn't anything within the glitch. It just kind of like, again, things that were light colored go dark, and the things that were dark kind of go light colored, except for our dudes right here. But like the background kind of blacks out, and then it goes back to all suns. We get the Golden Gate Bridge. No worries. We're back. Oh, wait, no, we're not. So it keeps doing all these glitches. Something I don't like it. I don't know what's trying to hack in. I got 2 sort of guesses, but it's going through all the propaganda, trying to sell you the Protectatrons, letting you know what you get as a pro, premium, and what they will do. They have all these personality variants, like a firefighter. It says approval may be made by Robert House or genetically identified consciousness replica. Again, I think that the fuck. But yeah, it's got all different kinds. Firefighter, it could be a doctor, it could be the police, it could be the riot police. Hell, it can even be a summer intern. All these different things. We get military police, and then my favorite out of them, what I found was comical, Nuke Cola Machine. I don't know if you guys remember in one of the previous episodes, but our guy, Victor, the robot that the ghoul meets, or Cooper meets back in the day, but he also meets in the present, talked about how, I forgot that was my name. For a minute there, I thought I was a soda machine, like a Nuke Cola machine. So that, I don't know if that was just a little Easter egg there or just some kind of fun tongue-in-cheek things where it can literally have that personality. Now, the robot Victor is not the same as these Protectortrons. I know that, but I just thought that was kind of interesting that they showed it with the Protectortrons, even though Victor was talking about that. Like, he didn't remember who he was. But again, to get undercover police, we get a nightlife police to check him out. He got the clipboard and everything. And of course, Robert House's picture, always fuzzy because he is trying to keep his true identity a little covered up there. And it's just really trying to encourage you to purchase one of these, as supposedly birth rates are going to go down and the mortality rates are going to increase. He'll be there to help you. Fully integrated security technotronic officer, which, guess what? That is, it's domestic personality variant. It's going to tell us what it means. And again, these are the flashes, but I didn't catch anything too significant. But it's Fisco, or Fisto. Look at that. That's what the Fisto stands for. Fully integrated security technotronic officer. I mean, we're getting a little bit of lore as far as if you haven't played the games and you didn't know kind of about these items. These are kind of cute to give you a little bit more insight. I mean, it just goes through talking about how helpful they can be to you, knows what you like. It'll do all kinds. It'll clean, it'll dance, it'll rub your shoulders, it'll make you feel real sweet. As we know from the show, he's something. He will love you. Just got to be careful how much. But again, it goes to a system error. And we get back to that sort of orangish error screen. And it's telling us to order now before magnet prices skyrocket again. And then we end with the error Robco internal use fewer data code. So, again, what does it all mean? Well, I don't know. But I'm wondering if the individual is trying to hack into Robco. There's two parties that could be at play. What though? I don't know if it's good. I don't know why I want to say it's possibly his brother or the Enclave. And I say the Enclave, they are the shadow government, and they did work with House a little bit, or at least I know from researching some things that the Enclave or the Shadow Enclave is kind of like the shadow government. They were there. They're basically behind Vault-Tec. They are the ones that, even though even the people in Vault-Tec don't know, the Enclave is sort of behind them. And that's going to be very interesting as we get through this week. So keep that in mind. But again, why the year changes here and the file name changes, I don't understand. Because it's the same, it's the same. Other than these, it's saying Windows 98. Why they're hacking in, I'm assuming, again, it's the data wars, right? So if they hack into Robco, could you imagine all the data you could get? I'm trying to find that other one to compare it to. Stand by. I know I didn't have a chance. I was so excited about going over this. I did not pull all of my images out of my files from the last couple of weeks. Why would a robot need a clipboard? Because he was the nightlife one. You know, he's at like a nightclub. And he's checking names off of his list. He's got some names to check off. But mostly this particular two frames from separate little mini episode series, whatever you want, animations that they put out there are what really kind of have me trying to figure it out, because the dates make sense to a degree. Again, that being a very significant date. Now, House, I believe his half brother, I believe, was older than him. I believe he was born first. It already says in the lore that he swindled Robert House out of the inheritance from it was like H&H Tools or something like that was the name of the company that his father or his family had. And so again, I could see his brother, if his brother was still alive. I know in the game this is something like supposedly, allegedly, he went crazy and it's his own fault. There's lore that Robert House and his brother have actually had bad dealings in the past, or they have feuded heavily within especially after House founded Robco. And so I'm trying to figure out why, and then why would they have this particular command after, and it's showing you all the files. Let me go back over here and see what it said again. So shell programming, we're kind of back to that. And the ECHO, this is a command used to display output, a string of text or messages to the console. All right, this is the literal. Okay, so computeronline.com, this is the literal text parameter that the ECHO command will print. So computeronline.com seems like a website. So I tried to figure out, the only thing that comes up is, I don't know how funny this is. It says, all right, so CH, the environment, the folder name often refers to the CH interpreter, a cross-platform C/C++ shell used for scripting and numerical computing. And then computeronline.com, the entity, this is likely a reference to Australia Computer Online, often found at computeronline.com.au. Well, this is not Australian Computing Online because I'm assuming because it doesn't have a .au on it. And that's a long-running IT retailer and hardware reseller. Again, I just put this into kind of Google, and AI kind of, gave me what it gave me on it. So, I don't know. And again, the ECHO is just, you can do that for several different things. It goes through kind of what other commands you can use that for and what those commands do, such as the ECHO, and then it gives a money sign user. That's Linux/Mac, or Echo percent username percent. So Windows displays, or Windows, it displays the current login user. So you can do these. Again, I'm assuming when you're trying to if you're trying to do the shell programming. And again, what is shell programming scripting used for? Shell programming is a powerful tool for automating tasks and managing system operations. Instead of manually typing a series of commands one by one, a user can save them in a script file and run them all at once. So if he was running that, let me go back and see, did it say anything? I don't know if all of this stuff, whatever all these files are that it's showing us, we got 432 files, 38 DIRs. If all of these are within this computeronline.com file or whatever the hell it's trying to do, and it's like basically commanding it to do all of this, I'm not sure. I am not sure. But let's see, it said something else. All right. Shell program or shell scripting is the act of writing a sequence of commands in a text file that a computer shell then interprets and executes. The shell acts as an interface or a layer between the user and the operating system's core or kernel, allowing users to interact with system services and automate tasks efficiently. So someone is in here trying to, and again, I don't know if they're trying to if someone hacked in and it kind of crashed the computer, if they're trying to go back in on these dates, or if that was the date that originally this stuff was put onto the computer, if they're trying to reinstall it, they're trying to regain it, or they're just trying, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Let's see. Wouldn't he keep the checklist in his robot brain? What's the point of being a robot if you have to write it down? Well, I mean, I think it's for aesthetics, so you as an individual feel like he's slightly a real person. Because remember, you're not going to be around a lot of people anymore, and they want you to feel like you're still, part of a family of sorts, or something like that. All right, let's see. So I'm trying to again go through all of this stuff as far as what these things mean, and then so what is DIR? What does DIR stand for? What is it? What is the DIR? DIR primarily refers to the DIR command in computing used in common line interfaces like Windows command prompt or Unix shells to list files and subdirectories within a folder, acting as a virtual roadmap for file management. It can also stand. Oh, no, we ain't gonna worry about that. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for computer functioning, not. And for computers, meaning. And so it is just an abbreviation for directory, a fundamental file system structure like a folder used to organize the files, and also serve as a command and command line interface like Windows, PowerShell, to list the contents of a directory. When you type dir in the command prompt, it shows you all the files and folders in your current location, helping you navigate and manage your digital storage system. So again, what I'm trying, and half of this is what it's telling me I slightly understand. But again, why is it doing it? I am not completely sure. But someone's trying to do something in the Robco Industries terminals. So again, what are you guys out there? Let me know what you think, because I'm really curious as to what everyone might be able to interpret this as. That's a lot. That's so that when he does that, hang on, shit. I'm trying to make sense of this, especially if I'm not literate or computer literate in this regard. So for those who are similarly mindset like me, I'm assuming if we were to sort of add all these numbers up, but that's a lot of. I feel like I'm missing something, because this is telling us that we have 432 files, and that is how many bytes that they are. We only have one DIR, but it says DIRs. I don't think I saw anything else that was a directory. I'm assuming the directory is directing all of these files into one file, but it's notes. It's not. I get so confused with it. And then this number here is bytes free. So is that telling us that is what's? But that doesn't make any sense either. Because see, I don't know. I'm so confused. We get 38 DIR. So there's 38 of these directory files or directories that are holding the files or command. See, I need a computer scientist, IT tech person stat. You kind of figured this shit out. But all right, you know what? I'll go back and show you guys the clips real quick, or we'll at least look at one of them. I don't know how much trouble I'm going to truly get into, but you guys know we love getting in a little trouble around here. So let me take these actual screenshots down and let's see what we have as far as show you guys. And we'll see. You guys let me know if it doesn't. I mean, it should share. It shared in Discord. We'll find out. All right. So let me wonder if it's going to let me do it here. Actually, I got to go back here and click here. Oh, yeah, hopefully it works. We're going to find out. All right, so again, each week they give the little talk show. They give these things, of course, what's to come. So we're just going to go to Explore and Shop real quick. And this is what they're calling the Robco Animated Series. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And, we've had what? We're on episode 6. So at least for 2 episodes, we didn't really get any of this. But these are kind of what we're getting for our extras. I'm trying to think what was the best one. I think this is the one that I want to do. All right, let me get back over here so I can see you guys for just a second. Oh, shit. I don't think, is it not going to show it? Hang on. Nope. Okay, that should still. All right, everything's good. I think we're good. I think maybe. Oh, shit. I hope we don't get in trouble. All right. Hang on one second. Let me make sure I'm organizing good. All right, let me play and we will find out if we get in trouble or not. So, enable Pip-Boy auto updates for safety enhancements, I believe. As you can see, it's going to sort of download a package. And this is a course package. Not sure, but we'll find out. I'm mostly showing this off so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say it glitches. And I'm going to show you how hard it is for me to actually have to stop to freeze frame or to stop and catch each one of these frames as far as what's in the glitches.
Congratulations. Your Pip-Boy firmware is up to date and synced.
Yeah, see, the total likelihood of total social collapse is 60%. Shit. How about that? And of course, the source, the Robco data matrix, which again, we know House is always collecting data.
As total collapse grows likelier, Pip-Boy's community data benefits become more valuable than ever. All users,
Yeah, it is just, again, it's taking up information, sort of telling you about Robco, you're part of the Robco family now, and all these updates to your Pip-Boys, all the technology, it's going, it's tracking all of the things on your body so it can make you healthier and let you know what you got going on. All of this seems pretty legit, I say legit, standard for what I expect from these companies and them trying to sell you their items.
Feedback and motion tracking data is shared with our partners, so we can improve our products even after the apocalypse. When you use one, you stay.
And then this is where, again, they're going to show off some of the individuals, and we'll see the individual. This is actually showing off, I believe, the water treatment. What did they call it? The item that was failing in their vault. Vault, was it 33? They were talking about their water system was failing. I believe this is the item, and this guy here, you guys just pay attention to this episode this week. I believe they're going to talk about this particular module here and what it means for Vault Tech. So this is you guys just wait till you watch this episode. It'll explain that a little bit more. But this, again, is just going through and sort of showing us.
Data giants.
Right here is, again, I got the screenshot of this. This is Vault 31, and these are the upper management getting ready to go into the vault. So it's kind of showing you too, I think, the relationship between Vault Tech and Robco and how much they work together, because again, this is all about the Robco, but they're still showing off all the stuff here. Go back.
Like Robert House himself. The more you wear your Pip-Boy at all times, even while sleeping, the more ammo we'll have in the data war.
Alright, so again, it's just going through. All this is pretty... Did I miss one? I swear, if I already missed it, because it's hard to see everything when I'm trying to talk, but we'll just keep going through.
As Robert House posits, warfare is mathematically solvable. It It isn't a cruel bullets and missiles fire. A data problem.
Oh, the
Built
data
on
problems.
Robco's
And look, it's fine because with your help, we will beat the data wars. You just give it all to Robco and it'll be just fine. What's up, Woodrow? Welcome, welcome, hun. I'm just going over some extra content on Amazon Prime for Fallout called the Robco Animated Series. Trying to figure out what it all means with some of the flashes and glitches they give us. And we're going to hopefully get to one here real soon.
data war chest. But we need your help to keep it constantly updated forever. So keep your bank account linked. Because getting the most out of your Pip-Boy could be a matter of life or death.
Oh, shit. I missed it. All right. There we go. So, again, it's just funny. There's because even within the, there's something going on mystery with the flashes. I still do appreciate them showing sort of these comical little tidbits, default, power of attorney defaults to Robco, estate attorney terms to change. Please contact your attorney. Yeah. So good luck with that. All right, so hang on. I'm gonna click. Oh shit, hang on. Click. All right. Oh fuck, I think I missed one of the commands. It's just a piece of shit. All right, that's one. That's the Windows stuff here. Letting you see all that. And hang on. Hang on. Oh fuck. And then it goes back to the power of attorney sort of thing, and it's fuckery at its finest, but I'm pretty sure I missed one. So let's see if I can find it. Actually, I can tell by my screenshots that'll help a lot better. All right. And I'm sorry guys, I know I'm a little scattered with it. I really just wanted to get it out there and get folks talking about it a little bit more. Looking into it, I saw a few things on Reddit today. Folks mostly just posting the images, but I didn't find too much on what it all meant. All right, I think that is the only glitch in that one. Yes. All right. So let me go back to the website. All right. I think this one was the one, too, that had a lot in it.
Civilization may not be around much longer. That's why Robco has partnered with General Atomics to bring you the new...
All right, they're going to talk about Mr. Handy and the new and approved version. I believe this is the one that I'm going to get sort of the glitches where you see house in them. And down here, we get to, hang on, I touched the screen. On the bottom, it says model number, Mr. Handy, next gen, some number, user proof with some numbers. 2042 Robco, all rights reserved. Again, that's when Robco was established in 2042. 2077 General Atomics. So I don't know if the General Atomics was formed in 2077, but that I believe is the year of Fallout, or when the Fallout occurs.
Mr. Handy at lower prices than ever before.
Oh shit, hang on, did I miss it? It's so hard. I'm so scared I'm gonna miss one of these glitches. No, okay, we're good.
Gyroscopic.
Wait, the fuck was that? I did see something orange. Hang on. Was that orange? No, I'm just tripping, ain't I? I'm tripping. It's fine. Yeah, we're just tripping.
Gyroscopic 3x hand.
I swear I saw an orange color. That orange color is part of the glitches and stuff. But it's okay. We're good.
It's up to 60 times more effective at any task.
Oh, look, see, he can do all the things.
Handle day-to-day tasks.
Handle all the tasks. Actually, I'm going to get to the glitches a little bit faster, I think.
Tasks at home. And on the factory line. Better than outdated six-handers. Did you know human labor costs will skyrocket post-collapse?
Yeah, and with Mr. Handy, he equals 2 people, 2 times the hands, and, it's great. He's Mr. Handy.
Mr. Handy pays for itself, presuming 50% staff reduction post-purchase. Plus, he's 100% loyal to...
Shit, all right, we can get into it, I think. Here you go.
Robco knows things change fast. We are here for you. Say help to initiate automated listen line.
Mm-hmm.
Purchase refuse.
All right. Are they fucking with me? Because I could have sworn there was more. Because I got the screenshots. They're fucking with me. They got to be. All right. Let me double check and make sure. We get that. No glitches there. And that is like the end of it. So hang on.
Refusals will be logged, so don't wait. And put your future in safe handy. Remember, Robco doesn't devalue human life. It values ingenuity. The ingenuity of Robert House.
Oh, young bitch is at the end. It's just all the fuckery. Hang on. All right. So, oh God, I'm gonna try to stop and go. All right. So that's the first, and within this, again, little glitch. This is the first frame I believe we get. Let me come back over here. Make sure see if you guys are saying anything. Yeah, the bombs fell in 2077. All right, so here's the first one in this little animated or animation that we get. And I'm trying to remember. I guess they all are sort of at the end, but one of them, I think the first one gives some in the beginning, middle, and end. But it's a little interesting. Again, if I missed them as we're going through, that's because when I actually originally had to watch these, I had to literally stop and go so many times to catch them. And I'm multitasking here. Y'all know how that goes. All right. Try to click and stop. And click and stop. Oh shit, I missed one. Son of a bitch. Did you see how fast that shit went? I missed one, but here's another one of the frames. There's one in between that I missed. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, yep. See, have fun trying to catch all that shit, folks. I keep missing it. And this is the fun I went through trying to get them. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you piece of shit. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss it again. Oh shit. All right, so again, all the fun of trying to catch the clips. That's why I got the screenshots, right? Because I finally got them. It took me forever, but eventually I was able to get them. I'm trying to see what I believe. I'm not even getting those. Which one was that one? Oh, this must be the first. Was it the first one? That might be the first one. Yeah, that's the first one where we get Mr. House. All right. So in order for me to try to really interpret this, so I think, okay, I might have had it wrong at the beginning. So the first one, I'm going to show that one in a second. It goes through as if someone is trying to hack it. We get Mr. House, all these different things. And then we get to go through and see all these other commands later. All right. So, but again, I don't know why they're giving it to us like this, other than the fact that it's just so much fun to try to stop and go. And what it all means, I don't know. I don't know what any of this stuff, I understand, again, it's on your C drive. I understand. Okay, the DOS system 32 debug command. That seems like I slightly understand all that. But again, it's doing it in the middle of all of this sort of stuff where it is just flashing, and I don't fully understand what they're trying to tell us with it. Again, for Robco use only, viewer data code. Now, let's see. We go back to this one. This might be the funnest of all. So, set file protection. It's telling us user override. Yes. So someone is trying to override the system.
Great news. Your prior service provider is now a part of Robco.
Oh, it's so great. We're now part of Robco Industries. No worries.
The global leader in data solutions and ballistic robotics. Instantly recognizable worldwide.
And it shows the Pip-Boys. It shows all the different robots that we see in the game. Even the ones used with the Enclave. Again, Robco creating some of these products, even I believe for Vault-Tec being run secretly by the Enclave, or even the shadow government side of the Enclave. Just kind of showing you the relationship between these two entities or corporations.
Wide by its iconic,
Okay, here we go. Let me see.
language transcending logo.
I'm so scared I'm going to miss it, because when I first went through this, I didn't catch it on the first
Can
episode.
a business outlast the world? Robco CEO Robert House says yes. He grew a company founded in his garage.
Oh, see? Did you see it? I totally fucking missed it. All right. Let's stop and go, shall we?
Founded in
All right. So, the first flash is this error. Hang on, I'm trying to get back over to you guys. And they're pretty quick. And then we get this one, which again is like the terminal in the game when you are. This is the way it pretty much looks in the game. I don't see anything about this that's slightly odd. Again, it says, and this is Robco Industries terminal protocol warning, lockout imminent. You have one attempt left, just like in the games when you're trying to hack these terminals. And apparently he didn't even try any of the little things that let you take some of the stuff out, or some of the false words or entries out, or even give you reattempts. They are just trying to just do all the way through. Let's see. Actually, how many words do we have up here? We got spies, joint. I'm trying to think. I don't know if that's actually going to be a word. Skies, terms, third, fries. Where was that? Says tanks. Oh, okay. I think. I'm trying to remember. No, I don't. And then this is interesting because over here we have price, which I'm trying to say. Well, it could have been taken out where the dots are. But there's not enough dots. So that doesn't make. Wait, no, I see price. Okay, there's price. Right down here. There's price. Is there text in there? Your Texas is in here somewhere, maybe. I didn't see it though. Is tires? I don't see tires either. One, two. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you. Oh, terms. That's the other one. So they entered in terms. That one's on there. Okay, 2 of the entries I don't even see on there, but they could have dotted them out possibly, although it doesn't show it on the code right here, but that could just be because as it goes through, it probably pushes it up. I'm just checking to see if you guys were saying anything. I'm trying to stop and go again. Get the error again. Oh, son of a bitch. You are a real piece of shit, House. I believe after the error, again, trying to catch these in order super fast. Not sure. We get a loading package followed by error. A whole bunch of gobbledygook I don't understand. Overriding and then loading. Somebody is doing some fuckery within this terminal. I feel like I missed something.
He found it in his.
Oh, you piece of shit. All right, I think that might be all in that one. All right, we'll just keep going.
A logistics juggernaut that can now buy and sell garages thousands of times per second. How did he do it? By gaming reality, using data to account for everything that could ever possibly happen.
All right. Go back. Oh my god, it's so fast. It kills me. All right, hang on.
Account
Uh-huh.
for
Uh-huh.
everything that
Uh-huh. So it starts to show the reality map, abstract A, Earth, copyright, House. Or Robert House, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so gonna miss it. You piece of shit. Oh, you piece of shit. All right, well, we got one of the frames. And again, just like the terminal hacking we saw before, except we get one row of what looks like normal coding right here on this side. But all of these question marks with the word kind of throw me off. I haven't seen anything like that in the terminals yet. That's not particularly normal. I think, again, maybe it is in one of the other Fallout games. So you guys, if you've played, 1, 2, 78 or 76, or any of the other games, 4, I've only played 3, and I'm barely into New Vegas still. I feel like I'm still barely into it. I haven't seen the terminal set up like this. So what they're trying to show us again, I don't know. Let me see if I can catch one of the other frames. It'd be so fast with that shit. Oh, you real rigger as fuck. There it is. And I still missed a frame. This is when we get Mr. House kind of popping up within the glitch. Again, you guys let me know what you think about it. Tank fries sounds like a good side dish. It could be. So you guys who are so computer smart and savvy and such, if you were trying to hack into a terminal and it gave you an error and such, and then this would pop up on you, you think this is, again, is this House trying to upload himself within his own company? But why would he have to hack in? And if not, who's hacking in? And is this Mr. House sort of letting them know, hey, look, this is like a firewall, you fucked up. I'm about to come get your ass. Technologically speaking, I guess, like sort of like a firewall or something. Again, if they were trying to get to the core or the kernel of the computer, or trying to do something with that, I don't know if you guys remember that movie. Oh, now I can't remember the name. Oh, what was that computer movie with all the fucking? Oh, I'm gonna have to look the name of that movie up.
Player One?
No, not Player One. I'm thinking older.
War Games?
Older. 90s. Or
I thought War Games was older, but
it had oh god, my brain is trying to think. I got too much on the brain. Angelina Jolie, young Angelina Jolie.
Tomb Raider.
Not Tomb Raider. This is a computer hacking.
Oh, Hackers.
Hackers.
There, God damn it, I can only help you so much.
All right, so if you guys ever remember the movie Hackers, and when they went into that big sort of, what was it, like a bank or whatever, and that dude that was the actual hacker, he had that stuff in there, and as they went through, it had all these different things that would pop up when they're trying to hack in, and they would do like it was like the Cookie Monster thing and all these different things. They kept trying to say, oh, they're trying to hit the kernel, which was the core of the computer. They were trying to hack in and stop him, or rather to get all of the rest of the files that were in that junk folder. I think it was like a trash folder that was constantly, it was collecting the data, or not data, but collecting like half of a penny, so to speak, per transaction or something like that. Yeah, Hack the Planet. See, yes. I actually do like that movie. So I don't know if this is sort of like his way of saying, hey, look, you try to hack in, you failed. Or is he hacking in? But again, I think this is House trying to say, look, you're hacking into my company. It ain't going to work. You've hit a wall, so to speak. But you guys let me know what you think. But if you've ever watched that movie, there's towards the end when the kids are trying to fight against the bad hacker who works for the corporation and is trying to kind of swindle this money through a he created like a, what was it, like a worm kind of deal, and it was kind of eating away at basically like pennies on the dollar kind of thing of all these transactions. It was like a bank, so they're constantly having all these different transactions throughout a day, and nobody would notice a few cents here and there, but over time it compacted into like a whole bunch of money. And this kid was just trying to fuck around, and he went in and got he was just going into like the junk files and stuff like that, and where he found this file where the guy had, the hacker had left it in there to collect all those little bits. But again, I don't know. I'm assuming that this is trying to be like a firewall type situation, but I don't know for sure. I'm gonna try to stop and go again. Is you piece of shit. I think that was all in that particular one. All right, yeah.
Possibly happen.
Nope, I missed 2 or 3. Hang on. I swear to God.
Never possibly.
Okay, and we get part of the reality map, I think, which they started to show before it glitched.
Possibly happen.
I'm trying to make
As
sure.
a client.
All right, I think I missed one of the frames though, which I wouldn't be surprised because it's a rigger piece of shit.
Never possible.
Nope. All right, maybe not. Even if we did,
As a
I've
client,
got the
You
stills of it
contribute
either
to
way.
and benefit from this unstoppable system.
Hold still.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, go back. Oh, bitch. All right, so here we go. User override. Yes, Unified Operating Systems engaged. Robco Industries, copyright 2075 to 2077. Set file protection on. All mandatory. Initiating Robco Industries again, and it does it again and again and again. Setting file protections on, all mandatory. So I don't know exactly what it means. I'm going to assume that, again, somebody was trying to hack in, and Mr. House said, you know what, we got to set files to protection, mandatory on all files so that nobody can, I guess, get access to them possibly. I'm not sure. But let me make sure. Oh, you piece of shit. I swear, it'd be fucking with me real hardcore. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Because I even think I might have missed some my first, second, third sort of going through all of this. Oh, yeah. It's just fucking fuckery at its best. All right. Well, no, you stop fucking with me. What's that in between there? Oh my God. I can't even stop it fast enough to catch that. I don't know if you guys can see it. But within it showing this, there is a blip there. I don't even know if I caught that or not within my stuff. That might have been the thing I showed just a second ago. It's so hard to tell because it's literally flashing these images in between whatever the video is trying to just advertise and show us about Robco. And it glitches within the frame, so trying to catch it, because it'll glitch from this frame to whatever those weird ones are, back to this frame, and then glitch again, and it's so hard to catch them. So, again, all you guys, let me know what you think about all this stuff. I'm going to try one more time, and hopes. Oh, shit, I fucked up. I went too fucking fast, and I can't click fast enough.
This unstoppable system.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was there. There was something. And it's not just this one. There's something else that flashed. I know I showed that there's something else there. And that's how hard it is for me to catch it. I don't even know if I did it. If somebody else has caught them all, please let us know to drop them in the Discord. I'm going to try to drop all this in the Discord at some point as well. I'm going to have like a separate little place for these in particular. Oh, you piece of shit. That is less than a... That's like, what? I don't even know what of a frame that is. One more time. Oh, I got it. It's just showing it starting up. So that's what it was. It freaked me the hell out though. Because then it goes back to that. And then, okay. That's why. It started with one of the sort of commanding that protection for the files, and then it goes back to this, and then it flashes back to the rest of them.
Stoppable system.
But either way, regardless of whatever, I'm gonna try to catch as many of these frames and make sure I have them all. I'm gonna try to screen record it and see what I can do. Yeah, it's crazy great. I have no fucking idea what to make of it all though. Like, I've been trying to reason it through the last couple weeks. And again, I think James Carl was talking about how House was possibly trying to transfer his consciousness into a robot or something like that to continue on living. But I don't think that's what this, I mean, it still could be. I could be so totally far off the base with this. I just don't completely see that. Mostly because these are particular commands, and some of these are protection commands, and it's giving errors after someone has tried to hack in. And I know what that, I mean, I know how it's like when you try to hack into those terminals in the game, and if you fail, you get locked out. But this person seems as if maybe they're even able to bypass whatever it is that a normal individual would do, which makes me think either his brother, which he might know a little bit, or even the Enclave, or it could just be something else that I haven't seen or I don't even know about in the Fallout universe. Those are my two guesses on who's kind of behind this fuckery. Because, again, all of these dates that it's showing is pre-Fallout. This is not after the vaults have shut down. I mean, the vaults have closed and the world's kind of in Fallout. All of this stuff seems to be pre-Fallout, trying to get you to buy all of the merchandise that they have before Fallout happens. The likelihood of total collapse and all that sort of stuff. Again, all this seems to be pre-Fallout or but then again, we do get because it gives us the date too of 77, which is the actual Fallout year. I'm trying to see if it gives us anything else. A lot of channels say that the Enclave is behind it too. And it's possible because, and again, guys, you're gonna get the you'll see when you do get a chance to watch this episode this week, and that may be. I know on research, not even just the TV show. I asked the question who was behind Vault-Tec because I couldn't remember, and I looked it up and it said it was the Enclave. They're sort of a shadow entity behind Vault-Tec. But yes, they are. It makes a little bit more sense, especially after this episode. But yeah, the Enclave are definitely, there's some fuckery going on. But now again, whether or not they're the ones hacking in to Robco, I'm not 100% sure. I know his brother could be lurking around, or at least at the time when these files were possibly being fucked with, I believe Robert House's half-brother was still alive. And I know that Robert and his brother it's not just a sibling rivalry. It goes a little bit beyond that. Like I said, when their parents, or when his half-brother's dad and then Robert House's mom died or passed away, Robert House became orphaned, and his half-brother swindled him out of, the family inheritance. So there's a lot of bad blood between those two to a degree. And then, like I said, I read something about the lore as far as Robert House's brother, I think he went to his own sort of vault. Eventually he might have possibly went crazy, but it seemed as if they were uncertain if he died. Like, it was like rumored that he went crazy and died in a vault or something like that. But I could still see him possibly being behind this, because who would know House better than his own brother or his half-brother, and know how, so, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be either or. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm so lost with it.
Hold still.
So, as you juggle up to 9 primary and 26 secondary responsibilities, with Robco's data muscle, you can say goodbye to costly errors. You can
see you with all the updates and such on your Pip-Boy, you'll be the best of the best, yo. Be kicking all the ass. Infinity balls, take them all.
Focus on what matters. Survival and thrival.
All right, and there's another one of those flashes. Again, super fast. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. When I say it literally drives me crazy trying to catch them. Did I miss it? I might have missed it, yeah. All right. All right, there's a flash before this one as well, but this one's error 4761A, Robco internal use only, viewer data codes. Again, if it's for Robco internal use only, why would House... He wouldn't have to hack into this because he is the founder. He's the owner of Robco. He would have all the access to the internal systems. He wouldn't need to hack into this. Oh, I missed it. That is some rigor shit. Oh my God. I'm trying to catch it. It's so hard. Oh. All right. Oh, it's another one of the terminal hacking sort of things, along with just kind of like saying Robco. It's glitching in between, again, what is the actual sort of video or little clip about or propaganda, and then whatever this hacking situation is. All right. Well, like I said, I think I have them for the most part either way, but it's more of the same. Oh my God, it's so difficult. All right, I didn't get it, but I have the screenshots nonetheless to go back over it with you guys. All right, so again, they have a few of these that they've had so far, and as they go through them, there's just all the fun and fuckery. And let's see, let me go back and make sure they're not missing anything. Because this is under extras and shop, and then or explore and shop, and then you go to extras. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's only 4 of them so far. But again, what they're all going to truly mean, I'm not totally sure. Let's see. Let me go back over here to you guys, and I'm gonna bring back up the screenshots. Almost there. And then like I might even get into a little bit of gameplay tonight. But for the most part, again, why the hacking per se, why the files are working the way they're working, I don't know. Why the date changes, but not the day and the month or the file size. Again, it doesn't fully make sense to me. I'm not completely sure like what's going on with all of this stuff. I don't know. But it's interesting nonetheless. Again, I have sort of my theory thinking it's either the Enclave and or possibly his brother or half brother rather. But who knows? I don't even know if we'll get to know. They'll tell us or not, or if this was just again something really fun that they put into these little clips. Again, last season, I went through season 1's extra content. They do have something similar, but it doesn't have this sort of hacking, glitching stuff going on. It's just Bud talking about Vault Tech and management. What's up, Billy? Welcome, hun. Hope you're having a great week. But this is, again, you guys know I love a good mystery, and if they give me something within a clip that I have to stop and, as you saw, go through like a million times to get all of the frames within a second, I like that. That's fun, even though it's frustrating. I like it because I'm like, what does it mean, right? What does it mean? What does it mean? But I'm going to put all these images in the Discord. I was trying to make sure I had all of them, so I have them in order. I can put them in by episode, so to speak. But I'm going to get them all in the Discord so you guys can really kind of dive into it and look at it a little bit better on your own. You guys will have the images in order to make it bigger, smaller, whatever you need to do. And you guys let me know what it means because I have no idea. Like some of it makes a little bit of sense. And all these debugging commands are after the hacking. So this right here would make sense if this was, say, all right, so whoever hacked into it, this would make sense that Mr. House is running these sort of debugging commands to make sure that whoever was trying to hack in, he's able to kind of maybe kick out. But it didn't look like it worked, right? Because again, it comes up with errors. Something's not right. We get a debug command, and then we get those files and another sort of that command at the bottom for computeronline.com. More debugging, back to this one. Again, these are kind of like in between each other. Like it just flashes it back and forth. Back to the debugging. Or this is actually, it's writing some sort of bits. It's not, it's a whole lot of different things that the system is running. I'm assuming to correct whatever whoever is hacking into it, which is why they go set file protection to equals on, all mandatory. Again, I'm assuming this has something to do with them trying to protect the files. And the user is user override. Yes, I'm assuming the user is Mr. House. He's trying to override whatever is going on to Unified Operating Systems Engaged. Because this right here was the first episode, and this one, let me double check. Yeah. All right. This is last week's episode right here, which is, like I said, when you get Mr. Handy, you get the debugging. Compare that to the first episode, which is Welcome to the Welcome to the Family. We get this total collapse is only at 51%. We get pretty much all of the main hacking is in that first episode or first animated extra content out of the series. Along with sort of the math behind House, we get more hacking again, like they're trying to hack in back to his reality abstract sort of map, back into again someone trying to stop what I'm assuming is someone getting a hold of the files. But Mr. House is kind of flashed in between these items. And he's also there at the end. Again, even when we went through this live, I did not catch all of them for you guys live, but I did get the screenshots for them. I tried to show you guys how hard it was. Like, I literally had to sit here and stop and go so many times. I didn't want to do it too bad to you guys, but really just wanted to show you kind of how they displayed it or how they worked it. And then, of course, error, Robco internal use only. We get these kind of errors all the way throughout, but there was just something particular when I went back and I kind of am re-putting the timeline together of the fact that the first one's sort of welcoming you to the family, and that's where the hacking the terminal comes in. We get this super, super like weird loading package. So someone was trying to load a package. It errored. They're overriding, loading. They get a major error. And within that, I'm assuming is like maybe part of Mr. House or something. Because if you look, hang on, let me go. I don't know if there's like an error within like his head, because all these are, it kind of look like that. Like if it was all just like this, there'd be like an error in between there somewhere. But again, I don't know. It's very strange. I was going to compare these two. Again, this is the one, this is pretty standard. This is what I'm used to seeing in the game. This one, however, again, all the question marks, it just, I don't know. That's weird. Again, it's weird as far as the lore, and even the fact that they're showing a normal terminal hack and one that's not so normal. And again, that's after they have tried to hack. They've tried to load a package. They've gotten an error. It goes back to sort of the normal screen, and then we get into some really trippy stuff with House, almost like he's blocking it. They go in, and it looks as if they're going in to try to hack again, which you can reset your hacks as far as in the terminals. If you have a perk, you can attempt to do all this all over again. And if they were trying to hack in and collect, if this was the package they were trying to get, or this was the data, again, that is some hella shit, because it's Robco Industries, and it's copyrighted. Again, nothing I think so far within these goes past the date of 2077. So I'm assuming all of this is pre-Fallout, where someone tried to hack into his corporation and receive certain data. And again, it goes to Mr. House, even bigger on the screen, letting you know, hey, look, dude, it's not working. You ain't getting in. Followed with the user override set file protection. All mandatory. Initially, Robco Industries video controller version 6.12. And then it goes back to remain still while your image is being recorded, right? Takes a little picture of you, and now it's like basically setting up your Pip-Boy in a way. But what it all means, I'm not sure. But that is what I think it means. And again, it goes back through talking about now you'll be under the Robco umbrella, where you will be just perfectly happy and fine. And then here's again what I was saying. I was trying to get some of those flashes, so hard to get, but we get Robert House, followed by an error letting you know, look, I'm assuming it did not work, and that it is for Robco internal use only. And there's a viewer data code, user override. And then again, that Robco Industries video controller, this is version 7.14 Fast Launch Pro eye tracker enabled. So I'm assuming Robco is updating parts of their system on this. Again, I'm assuming maybe to stop whatever's trying to go on. But I'm not sure. Again, it's just some interesting stuff. And then, like I said, this week I didn't see too much other than, I believe, was it this one? I believe this is the only thing I got. Like, it glitched, but I didn't catch anything. All I got so far was for Robco internal use only. And again, this viewer data code, I believe they're slightly different from the other ones. Let's see. Is that? Yeah, this viewer data code is different. And it doesn't have an error. This one, all up until now, we've had errors. It gives you a viewer data code. It says for Robco internal use only. This one says for Robco internal use only, viewer data code, priority level. It doesn't say an error, because it starts you off with an error of reconnecting, and then it goes through all of this stuff, getting the system back up. But what I don't get is, again, like, did they make it? Did they finally hack in this week? And if they did they install anything? Is this stuff that was just installed? I mean, this seems to be stuff that was installed onto your Pip-Boy in order for you to purchase the Protectratron right here. But again, I'm not sure. Lots of different things going on. And what it all means, again, is still a pretty good mystery for me anyways. And it's loading it all up. So we got a Paragon brand consulting, nicer script version 28, live pricing, identity, remember. Again, that to me thinks it's more talking about the Protectatrons and what they may be able to do for you, kind of uploading that to your Pip-Boy. What civilization sunset imminence? I'm not sure what that means. But again, it gives you the source, my free files. And they constantly are showing this file photo of Mr. House, which is blurred. But I don't know. Did they make it? Because again, as it goes through, and I'm going to try to triple, quadruple check when I do finally get glitches like this. I didn't see anything too, I mean, other than the color change here from the sunset with the Golden Gate Bridge to this, which at first I was like, well, maybe they changed. It was just a color glitch to a degree, or it flashed, and it just changed the colors. But no, this was always white. It blacked out the city, and then it goes back to it being perfectly fine. And now we only have 3 days. So did the glitch cause it to go from, check here, from 5 days, it glitches down to 3 days. So is that Robco glitching, or is that part of the, what it was going to do? Because it says don't wait 5 days and it goes down to 3. Not sure. Someone messed it up and made it so they only have 3 days. I don't know. And then, of course, this pops up. Your Protector subscription status. Auto updates included for free. So we know that things will update. Again, they talked about that in several of these sort of little mini clips. And it talks about, again, the personality variants, which it did talk about being able to update those and deal with some little personality things. Talks about how the birth rates and stuff will be going down, mortality is going up, and it gives us a little bit of this. Again, it glitches here, but I did not catch anything that was sort of out of the norm. It's just glitching. Whereas before, when these glitches happened, there was sort of something going on. This time around, I did not catch anything out of the norm. Even this is sort of like, oh, what is it? I think it's just trying to pop up, and it just didn't get to full screen yet until we get here, and then it kind of is completely errored out. And then we get the error at the end. So we didn't get the error at the beginning. And let's see, let's compare it. This one. All right, so we get a different, so for Robco internal use only, viewer data code, priority level, and that one is different from this error 4761A, which I believe this error might be, let me go back and see if this is a similar error to a previous episode. Or I'm saying episode, but it's whatever these little mini clips are. You still think I meant swordfish? Wait, what do you mean? I'm confused, Great Gold. Did I mean swordfish on what? All right, let's see. Go back and compare it. And I'm trying to check out the numbers too, and that's part of it. Like, I'm not completely sure what's going on here, but yeah, I know Robco. Oh, the hacker maybe? Yeah, what about it? It was the hacker movie, I'm pretty sure it was called Hackers, because they did hack the planet and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was called Hackers, or whatever my husband said. Or are you talking about the worm? It was supposed to be, I meant swordfish, the program. I'm sorry, I'm confused. All right, let me see here. All right, so that error is the same. Okay, so it is the same throughout. Whatever this error is constantly coming up. It is the same. So yeah, whoever, I don't know, somebody is fucking around in the terminals, and it ain't kosher. Whatever the fuck they do. Let me see, what is that one? All right, and this one was for Robco internal use only. This one was a priority level of 21768, but no error. So what does it all mean? Well, it means something. We just don't know yet. But we'll just keep on the lookout. I'm going to keep kind of digging through and seeing what else I can find out about it. But either way, if you guys do have Prime, go check it out. That way you can kind of watch it and go through it a little bit easier. If you guys want to ever go through the stuff in the Discord where we can just really play through it without any worries, I can stop and go constantly without taking up some folks' time too much if they get bored with that kind of stuff. Let me know. I'm always pretty available for you guys if you want to drop in the Discord and check some of the stuff out together so we can really kind of sit down and really dig into it and kind of hear what you guys think about it. So let me see what else I got. Let me just go back through and make sure I got all of those. And really, guys, if you have Prime, do go check out the Explore and Shop feature. Go and check out the extras. If you are truly into the series, they give you some lore about the characters, about the tech, all different kinds of things about the series, even from season 1. If you go back to season 1 and check that out as well, you'll get some other lore from back in season 1. And you see fun little tidbits. I mean, again, if you're really into the lore, you really kind of just want to dive into the universe, they have actually provided quite a little bit of fun content outside of just the show. But we'll just have to wait and see. We got, let's see, what was this? We got 2 episodes after this week. So Friday night, we will definitely dive into this week's episode, which I cannot wait to talk about with you guys. I enjoyed the episode. I think it's, again, I love the series. I don't want to say anything about it. Just go check it out. I do enjoy it. We're going to go over some things in it and see what you guys think. It's going to come for the cliffhanger since we'll have 2 episodes left. They're going to have to wrap up parts of the story. Of course, they're going to give us some cliffhangers for what's to come. As rumor is, they're trying to get at least 5 seasons out of Fallout. So they've got lots that they could do, especially with them trying to connect the lore, which I believe they said they already put Lucy and Argul in 76. So they are incorporating this, I believe. I'm pretty convinced or confident they are incorporating this into the canon of Fallout and at least possibly future games. So all of this stuff is going to be somewhat considered lore. And I think even with Mr. House, he's still pretty mysterious. Like even within the games, like you do get lore on him. You do get to know a little bit about him. But he doesn't like to tell you a lot of stuff. Like even when I'm playing, I think he told me something about it was above my pay grade, or he'll let me know later when, if I get back and I make it. So he's not one to just kind of give up information too much unless he thinks it's necessary. So who's hacking? I don't know. I can't wait to find out if they let us know. Again, 2 episodes left. I'm hoping they give us 2 more of these. And we'll just have to see where they go with it. And I know Dana's going to be streaming Saturday night. We're supposed to be looking into some new K-drama, the Parasite Grey. So we'll be checking that out Saturday, a little watch party and stream with that. But yeah, guys, you guys let me know. Like, I don't know really where to go with this from here. Again, the files, I kind of looked them up just to kind of get an idea of what this was I was looking at. But it didn't give me, it just kind of, it gave me a little bit, but I'm still not sure on where they're going with it. But again, the 2020, that is the year that House was born, and 2045 was 3 years after he founded his corporation. Right? Yeah, 3 years after. So and I try to look up what the dates, 2045 would have any significance in Fallout, and I personally couldn't find anything. Now that doesn't mean there's not something else out there, but yeah, I don't know. But it's interesting, and it's got my brain wanting to figure it out. So I just, wanted to put it out there for you guys and see if any of you guys could make out what any of this sort of deal is. Why are we getting these commands? Why does it go from sort of the same day and time but a different year, as well as going from Windows, which is a newer version, is the newer version, so to speak, as opposed to the DOS, which is older. And it's also doing, let me go back over here. It's also doing the HTMs, which now we use HTMLs. They work the same, but it seems like it's trying to use older files or older tech here, which doesn't make sense for House. House usually wants to use the best tech. So why? I mean, maybe it was better than Windows, because we all know Windows kind of sucks. I'm not even going to lie. Windows be fucking shit up all the damn time. And I guess Mr. House knew better than all of us. And he was like, fuck Windows. I don't know. Or is it a continuation? I thought that possibly it was. I thought maybe this was sort of after those other files, the Windows 98 Pro, so on and so forth. But again, the file size is the same. I mean, I guess it should be the same. I don't know. You guys let me know. I know you guys are smart out there with computers. But we'll just have to wait and see. Even in this world, Microsoft sucks. Yeah, but pretty much. So I'm just trying to go back over anything I'm looking at, sort of things I had pulled up, making sure I went over everything. So again, why it's telling it to do that particular command as well at the end there. And why the dir, it's only specifically talking like the note files, but it's showing a lot of files within there. So again, I'm not sure. But someone is trying to go into their system, and they're going in. They're not just like, that's not something that just me or your average individual would know how to do. Someone is going, I mean, if they're trying to get to the kernel, they're definitely getting deep into it. That's going to be on Dana's channel Saturday night. So check, if you're not part of the Discords, I can drop a link to the Discords if you're not already in there. But if not, the Witches Brew with Dana Marie, she does a lot of the Asian TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And she's been getting us into some of the K-dramas, or at least seeing how we like them. So we're going to be checking that out on her channel. Let me see if I can, hang on, give me 1 second. And I will try to get her the link for the stream. And you will have to ask her if you can join us or not. That is totally up to Miss Dana. And hang on, let me find her stuff real quick. You stand by. And there it is. All right, let me copy that. And let me paste. All right. So there is the link to Dana's stream this weekend. So that way you'll have access to it. If you are not subbed to her, please guys go sub. And yeah, I said, reach out to Dana. Are you in the Discords? I'm with Alice. If not, I can get you a link for the Discords as well. And that way you can reach out to Dana. And if Dana, she might still be lurking in the chat too. So and I'm sure she wouldn't have a problem, but that way you could reach out to her and let her know. I'll let her know too that you were asking. But yes, you are in Discords, or yes, you would like a link. I'm gonna post the link either way. I'm going to post it for her Discord, so you guys will be able to directly kind of see what she has going on. Let me get the link to that one. Let me copy. And we're going to paste over here. All right, so that is Miss Dana's Discord. And that way, if you go into Discord, you go in there, you will see Dana as well if you would like to contact her, but I will let her know. If she doesn't already know, because again, she may have the stream going and lurking in the background. I know she's got some things that they're dealing with all the winter weather. But I will definitely let her know. I will send the message, and we hope to see you there this weekend. All right, let me close that one down. And I'm trying to see what was another one of these things I wanted to go over, because there's so many of these little things. I'm trying to figure out which one I went over. And again, I don't even know what half of some of these were. I had to go look them up what the HTMs were. Some of it, I mean, okay, the JPEG is a picture of some sort, and it doesn't seem too big, so that seems about right. But again, why? I guess is it typical? And you guys let me know when something like this would come up in your systems and you're trying to do whatever it is that this is going on, like transferring or re-uploading or downloading or whatever it is that's going on right here with because this is like a system command at the end. When these dates come up like this, would it show on the end? Is it like this is the first date going up, or is it like this is the first date and it goes down? Because I'm assuming it starts here and it works this way down. That would make sense. Then why do we get the 10, 12, 20, 45, which is before 1231? I mean, I guess the dir would be first, but all of these files would be first and possibly go into here, but that's not even what it's saying here. And that's a lot of bytes for DIRs when there's, I mean, again, is it saying that it's taking 432 files and is it taking them all into and putting them into these, or is it commanding it into this dir? Like, that's what I'm not quite like. That kind of stuff is what confuses me a little bit. I'm not quite understanding that part of this command, but I will continue to sort of look into it to see what I can find. In fact, let's see what it says. I'm gonna put the image right now into Google because I want to know what it means, and it confuses me. It makes my brain hurt. I don't like that feeling. Let me find that image real quick. This one, nope. I keep going. Oh no. All right, there it is. All right, we'll do a little Google image sort of deal. So it says the image displays a retro style computer terminal interface, likely a simulation or a screenshot from a modern application designed to emulate vintage green screen monitors. Shows a directory list of files, possibly from a DOS or similar operating system, with file names like DOS 98 Pro HTM, all these different was that Uganda .htm. The command prompt is visible. That's that echo prompt for computeronline.com is visible, followed by the echo text computeronline.com. So it echoed that text. It was telling it to echo this text for this computeronline.com. A directory showing various files, .htms, extensions, and dates in 2045. It appears to be a command command line interface. All right. Again, it's slightly all fucking Latin to me, and I don't. NAS having a hard time with it too because it's slightly it's confusing it with like real life sort of websites or what have you, and I don't believe I don't know. I don't think it's an Australian website that it's kind of referring to. Oh, I'm trying to see the command shown directly. Okay, I read that. Command for the domain. All right, so it's saying that the command prompt is showing a directory list and the output of an echo command for the domain. So that is saying that is a website, but then like it just, I don't know. Like I looked it up, the website, or at least I did type it in. So I'm gonna try again. Let's see. www.computeronline.com. And it's saying the website is not for sale. Okay. Resources and information. It's not giving me anything when I type it in. All right. Now, if you do computers.com.au, that is an actual store. They have a physical location. And they carry products, I believe, that are like custom built computer systems and stuff like that. Seen in the image. I would, yes. I would. Wait, hang on. Yes, I would like to explore what they mean. Rigorous. It's not even letting me click it though. All right, it's fine. What did it? What was that? Ask about this. I would like to know. Yes, enter. It's not all right. It doesn't know what the fuck to do with it either. AI doesn't even know what the fuck to do with it. Oh, you said welcome back, Manicore. All right, so I mean, I went through a lot of it and showing sort of these different glitches and stuff. We went and showed the actual Amazon Prime. Again, I don't know what's fully going on. It sounds like somebody tried to hack in the first one. And then later, these are sort of where I think Mr. House is trying to, or Robco is trying to stop whatever is happening. They're running some system debugs, trying to get out whatever it is that was, I guess, maybe attempting to take the files, read the files, get into the files. But because they also set a file protection. But what it all means, I don't know. Again, we start off with someone attempting to hack a terminal. They're trying to load a package, possibly. They get an error. There's some overriding. We get a super error. We get house kind of popping up, along with more of someone trying to hack into a terminal that, again, this is not normal for the terminals in the game, along with Mr. House's sort of reality map. And again, I think this is him kind of like you'll see in the last episode, him talking about all of his mathematics and the way he's trying to predict the future. And then, of course, we get him again, and we get the set files again, trying to put protection on these set files, or set the files to protection. Equals owned, all mandatory. I don't know what it is. It's a thing. Along with house at the end there and the error. So again, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to get with you, Manicore. I know you know coding, so I'm gonna have to ask you, like, why is it? Who did it? Who's hacking? Is it his brother? Is it the Enclave? Is it some other third party we have no idea about? I'm not sure. Oh, and Manicore, if someone were to do this, like, all right, what did it say it was? All right, I took this screenshot and I put it into Google to, AI and let it tell me whatever the fuck. And it says the image provided is a screenshot of an MS-DOS command prompt which is a type of command line interface from a legacy operating system. So, with the dates that are on here, the top date, you think, see, that's what a lot of us thought. But if he is trying to upload his consciousness, why would he be doing it while hacking into his own terminals? Because when he's hacking in, or whenever whoever this is, it starts off with them trying to hack into a Robco Industries terminal, just like in the game. It doesn't seem to work out. They get errors. It seems like someone tries to override it. They get another super error. It goes back into the whatever the propaganda is about Robco, and then it gets into, if they were trying to hack into the terminal and they were trying to get his data or try to get this. I see it as a firewall. Like they were trying to get into, maybe they even got into some of the files, but then he pops up kind of like that movie Hackers, where he's like, no, you're not going to get in. But they're still trying to quote unquote. It's super highlighted here. This pops up just like this. It's not like it zooms in on this. No, it flashes and it's zoomed in on this. I mean, it's not like it's already fixated on this. And it says breach, and it's got a whole bunch of question marks, which makes no sense. Again, they're trying to hack in again. This is like the second hack, because this is not the same words that we see on the original hack. So the original hack over here is normal. This is all standard. You get the word. You're trying to figure out which word is the password. It doesn't, they get one attempt left before we get loading package error. Almost as if it's possible that, let's say they, on their last attempt, they put in terms. It doesn't show us if that one was correct or not. Let's assume that they had it correct. Well, if this is House's, like all of his main data or whatever, like they're trying to hack into his main computer systems. If they got it correct, and they were trying to, and they started to loading the package, they get an error followed by more numbers encoding, overriding, loading. Like, okay, something stopped them. Like they hacked in, they were trying to load this package. Then the error happens, like something is trying to stop him. I'm assuming House. It goes back to trying to loading. We get a major error. And then it goes back to the normal sort of stuff. We get this. We get House coming in saying like, oh no, bitch, you ain't going to hack shit. Like a firewall, at least the way I see it. And then we get another hack, like another attempt. These are not the same words as in the first attempt. So either A, he's got the perk, just like in the game, where you're able to go back in after you've failed your first initial sort of hack. You get those attempts, and once you go through them, it shuts you out. And then eventually, with the perk, you can come. I mean, not eventually, but with the perk, you can instantly try this all over again. Or he did make it through, but House locked him out. And so he tries again, tries to hack in one more time. And then we're giving the fullness of the reality map Abstract A Earth. This is copyrighted by House. And then we get House again fully. Like, it's like, okay, he's trying to warn you. He's telling you to back the fuck off. Stay out of my shit. Followed by a set file protection on, all mandatory. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Just me trying to figure it out. I'm assuming that he's trying to protect the files at this point, and he's uploading or he's updating the system video controller to, this was version 6.12. Eventually we get a version 7 point something. That's an update where he's trying to actively stop something or lock something out and save the files, like protect whatever's trying to go on with the files. And it says all. It's protection all mandatory, I'm assuming, for all files. Followed by, again, we get back into the normal sort of rhythm of the video, just kind of giving us all the stuff. You're protected. Oh no, we're going to get an error again. Followed by Mr. House again. Followed by the actual error message, Robco internal use only. So if it's Robco internal use only, why would House have to hack in to his own internal systems to upload himself? That doesn't make sense. Unless they're trying to, I mean, I would have said it until I saw the terminal hacking. When we originally started talking about it, it did seem like, okay, House is getting a little bit closer to integrating himself into whatever this is, but why the hacking? Why would he have to hack into this? That part to me never made sense. The dates themselves do not make sense either. So again, this one is user override. Oblige, unified, and oblige, I believe, is the I think that was supposed to be the unified operating system. I don't know. But we go into, again, this is version 7.14, Fast Launch Pro Eye Tracker enabled. Sounds like an external breach. Exactly, man. But who? Is it the Enclave? Is it possibly his half brother who he's had, who took half of his, took the money from the family inheritance and gave, I know that he gave House didn't get anything from his family's inheritance after his dad and mom died. But I believe, from what I understand, when House decided, he grew up as an orphan, he got into a tech school. He found, shortly, I think, after founding Robco, his brother got really jealous and really paranoid. And eventually, I think during or after the fallout, his brother died. I'm going to go back and try to look more into his brother, or his half brother rather. But I believe, who has the most potential of hacking? Well, again, it depends on how you're looking at the perspective. I know his half brother and him have a lot of conflict. Now, they claim that his brother died, I believe, in a vault after going insane, because again, these two were not on complete sound terms. And then, of course, Enclave, being the shadow government that they are, kind of shadowed under Vault-Tec, they could be trying to hack in and take, because again, there's some negotiation between Vault-Tec and Robco. Maybe Vault-Tec doesn't like what House is trying to do. And Vault-Tec being basically the Enclave could be behind it as well. After that, I'm not sure what parties. I know on last episode, House talked about if he's not the House, who is? He talked about a third party being at play. I assume that was the Enclave that he was talking about. But then we have this stuff too, so I'm not sure. It very much so could be the Enclave. But I don't know. Again, we get this. This is the update, version 7.14. And over here is the version 6.12, but this is for eye tracker. So we go from a protection, and it's the same it's Robco Industries TM, but see, this is a command. And this, I believe, I'm trying to remember if this command came up during one of the flashes and if this one did or didn't. That's another thing I have to really pay attention to as well. But this one came up during the flash or the glitch. And again, we know that House pops up right here, and then we get this, which is trying, I think, to save the files. And then at the end, he is initiating, I believe, this version 7.14 Fast Launch Pro Eye Tracker enabled. Again, more sort of system commands and stuff, or updates to the system, which these seem to be, again, to help sort of maybe stop or even just normal updates maybe to a system. But if someone is trying to check it out, then again, it doesn't make any sense. Why would like, again, it starts to glitch. Mr. House pops up like, no, you don't. Then we get an error. Robco internal use only, viewer data codes. So, yeah, take it as you will. I'm almost 100% sure that someone was trying to hack into his systems and he put up firewalls and other preventive measures to try to stop said individual. But this week's is interesting because, all right, so this is actually from this week's. So we go from whatever that other update was or version of the protection on the files to this week where it starts off literally an error reconnecting you back into the system. I'm trying to make sure. Actually, all right, hang on. Let me go back. I kind of messed that up. All of this is from the very first one. All of these hacks are from the first one. Yeah, all of this, all of that, I believe, on this right here is, yeah, all right. So this right here and all of this is from last week's episode where we get the new date, which is 2045. Again, that is 3 years after Robco was founded. So it's interesting. We get the debug commands. This is all after these errors, all after this hacking. Again, episode one, which is, well, not episode one. This is the first little mini animation, if you will, where someone hacked in, and then you go through it, and we get to last week where the system is starting to really glitch. We're having all kinds of errors. So he runs debugging command. And then it goes into the files. And someone putting in the echo command to echocomputeronline.com. Again, debugging. Back to this command. Back to debugging. And then to the set file protection stuff. It's just janky as fuck. And then we get and then it starts off this week with the version 7.14. We're still in a glitchy state. It's possibly a virus they were trying to put in there. It's possibly they were trying to take files. I'm not sure. And then it goes through again. This is the only, I believe, glitch in this one that I've really found. For Robco internal use only. Again, we get another viewer data code along with a priority level. And it just goes through talking about the Protectatrons and how, they're going to basically be your pals till the end. So that's kind of all we have right now. I'm going to put these images, I'm going to start trying to upload or put them into Discord for you guys. So that way, if you want to kind of browse through them, so you kind of look at the files. And again, Manicore, I'm going to show you one more thing and you tell me what you think about it. Why do we go from, let me find it again. All right. So this, I believe, all right. So this was from last week, but let me find it. During, I believe, like the second week, which again was after all, whoever was trying to hack it or do whatever the hell they were trying to do. I'm trying to remember. I got to find it. Oh, God. Because I took it out of fucking place. So I'm never going to find it again. Okay. Hang on. I know it's going to make me dizzy trying to do this. But it's okay. We got it. I'm going to find it. It's in the thumbnail. I'll put it on the thumbnail too. But before that. Almost there. Stop it. Where did it go? There it is. All right, so this one happens first. And again, our date is 2020. So how do we go? And if you know, and again, I'm going to put these so you guys can really truly compare them and embiggen them and all that kind of stuff. But if you notice the month, the day, the time, and the files, like, 26.284, these numbers they do not change. And these right here will not change. Well, some of these will not change, but these will change here, and our year will change as well. When we get to this one, we get, instead of 2020, we got 2045. But again, that size is still the same. The only thing that changes is what it's called. But we keep the whatever that Waganda, that JPEG stays the same. All the way, let's see. So do we have WMIC? Yeah, so I think it changes right here. And this is Vinex. I don't even know what that HTM is. But they change. Some of them do anyways. I don't know how to explain that. First, I thought this came on top of this, like maybe this came, I don't know, like it was scrolling through from the last all the way to the first date down here. But then when I looked at the size and I paid attention, like it's all the same day. It's just a different year, the same time, and the same size. What the fuck does that even mean? I didn't make any damn sense. And then we get and then again, Manicore, if you were to look at something like this and you're looking at these dates, this date at the top is, all right, well, okay, 10/12/2045, that's October. Different iterations of the same program, maybe. Well, the DOS came before Windows. That is the legacy program. The DOS, or I'm so illiterate. But from my understanding, that's the legacy program. Windows came after. Wait, did you tell me no? I don't know if my husband was talking to me. I might have been talking to somebody else. But when I looked it up, it said that the DOS was a legacy program. I guess Windows came in later to a degree. I'm gonna go look it back up, just so I can try to make sure I get it right. All right. All right, what does S mean in computer terms? I looked all this stuff up earlier too, and I was trying to have all these different tabs open to remember this stuff, because y'all know I'm terrible with memory on this kind of thing. Disk operating system. So in computer terms, DOS mostly commonly means disk operating system, referring to early text-based systems like Microsoft version that managed files and ran programs via command lines before graphical interface became standard. It can also, in cybersecurity, that's not what we're talking about. All right. So DOS function manages hardware and software, allowing users to type commands. And that's like the DIR's copy to interact with the computer. Key examples, the Microsoft DOS and PC DOS, IBM's versions were dominant in the 1980s and early 90s. Legacy. Formed the foundation for Windows, which integrated DOS for years, but it is now largely replaced by modern GUI-based OSes. Modern use still found in some embedded systems or used for specific legacy applications. So it came first. Of course, it's still able to be used, but if it came first, why did they show us? Oh, hang on, I missed all your stuff. Okay. Different. I read that. That was before Windows, I believe. Yeah. Like the old green screen Apple computers ran on DOS. Now we use the terminal to run command prompts. So why is it showing the Windows 98 Pro with the date, an earlier date? It gives us the Windows 98 Pro. It gives us that with the date. Let me take this one off. It's easier to keep this one. 2020. That's the year. And that is the year that House was born. Not the day, not the month. This is 5 months or so after his birth. But why in 2020 at 5:33 p.m. on, again, this is December 31st. House is like 5-6 months old, and someone's running a Windows 98 Pro along with all these other things. There's a JPEG, and then this was one of the out of the first or second. I believe it was the second video clip or whatever we're calling these little animated series. So after the first one has them hacking in to the terminal. This, I believe, is on the second one. So it's after the initial hacking or whatever they were trying to do. And it shows House popping up a couple times. Why do they then give us a date where this is where House was born? He did not even create his company. Robco was not founded until 2042. Later one of these clips, this all changes as far as the name of the file, and the year. It then why would we go back? Why would we start with Windows in 2020? Are they trying to say, like, because it's not Robco. Robco did not exist. I would understand it if somebody else was owning Robco prior to Mr. House taking over, and maybe he went back to the DOS because he found that to be a better system, the legacy system for what he needed to do. But what doesn't make sense is that the company's not, this date here, 2045, is 3 years after the founding of his company. Again, I just am not completely sure. At computeronline.com, I don't know what that means to Mr. House and Fallout. That echo command is telling them to echo the text, computeronline.com, at the end of all of these files. Which, again, there's a date down here as well that is October 12th of 2045 at 12:09 p.m. is when the DIR notes are being transferred, downloaded, fixed. I'm not sure. It's just slightly kind of wonky, and I'm not quite sure. But when you're looking at these right here, is this date? This date would be first, right? Because you don't. Or do you, because if it was to say, okay, or is it showing this was the last date that something happened was at 12/31/2045 at 5:33 p.m. and then it goes all the way back to 10/12/2045 at 12:09 p.m. And it doesn't even, it says it's DIR, and it says that there's 38 DIRs worth all of these bytes for free. Whereas you have 432 files, which I'm assuming are all of these files that are put right here for those bytes. So what notes do we have in the DIR that is worth this? Hang on. Yeah, 2 trillion fucking, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's totally janky as fuck. But it's a mystery nonetheless. And you know how I love a good mystery. So again, I'm going to put this stuff all out there in the Discord so you guys will have a chance to kind of dive into it a little bit more yourself. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Well, like I said, we got 2 episodes left. We're going to go over this week's episode Friday night. So I haven't posted it up yet. I've still got to get the screenshots. 2 trillion looks like memory. But that's the 38 DIRs. And the DIRs are, hang on. Let me do this. Okay. See, we have on 10, 12, 20, 45, the DIR notes. Apparently, I guess there's 38 DIRs, and those DIRs I looked up, and it was like director or directories, and it was supposed to like direct files or something like. Hang on, let me go back and see what it said. Do I still have that one up? DIRs. Notes. Me and computers. All right. So again, it's going to go through these these commands that you can do with DIR. So in computer terminology, DIR, short for directory, is a fundamentally command line tool used to list the files and subdirectories located within a specific directory or folder. It acts as a virtual roadmap, helping users navigate, organize, and troubleshoot their file systems and command line environments like Windows Command Prompt, Microsoft DOS, which we see on there, right? We have the Microsoft, or we have the DOS, and formerly Unix-like systems. So let me see if it gives me one for the notes. There are not common files used in general file navigation and cannot be opened with a standard video player without conversion. Again, DIR's command in Unix-like system, Linux or Mac OS, and some shells like Bash, the DIR command is used to display the list of currently remembered directories, often used in conjunction with pushd and popd for directory navigation. I don't know what any of that means. Other than I'm not sure. I don't know if that's like the memory of it, though. Is it just the memory? I mean, I know it's saying how many bytes it's using, but these bytes are free. It's not like taking away from the space. And it's not compressed files. I don't know. I have no idea. Let me see. I'm going to type it in exactly how it is and see what Google gives me. So we got whatever. I don't know what the fuck that symbol is. That symbol there. And then is it capital or no caps? All caps? Yep. DIR. We get the other little whatever fucking greater than. Not greater than. I don't know what it means in computer terms. Yeah, I'm not that good yet. Dang it, Manicore. I was hoping you could help me solve the mystery right now. All right. So that, and then we get a little. All right. And notes. All the space. And then we put this little thing here. Did I do the right one? Yep. And capital notes. Meaning. And computers. Let me just see if we get anything else. All right, so that term for the notes often appears as a folder name. In computing, generally refers to Dreamweaver design notes. Here's a breakdown of what these folders mean and their functions. So Adobe Dreamweaver creates the note folder to store metadata. Oh, he talked about the metadata. synchronizing information and design notes for website projects. And this does have that command for a website. So this could be him again. This could just be him creating a website or something, or him transferring the data, the metadata somewhere. But I don't know. Again, I don't think it's his consciousness, because this is still like, that date would make sense for the consciousness, but that 2020 date doesn't make sense. And why would that pop up in Robco's stuff? He was just barely even born. Robco wasn't even a thought. All right. Let's see. Its purpose. Design notes are used to keep track of extra information associated with documents such as status, comments, storage, location. These folders are placed in the local folder of your site. They are intended for internal use by Dreamweaver and do not need to be uploaded to a web server. Can they be deleted? Yes, they can safely be deleted. To prevent them from returning, you can go to site, manage site, advanced settings, design notes, and unlock. All right, so that is just particularly talking about the notes part of it. We already know what the directory or folder. This shit don't make any goddamn sense to me. All right, and how was ours put? Because it says something down here. It says if, let's see, if you see the file ending in .dir, it is likely a project file for Adobe Director. Contains resources and logic for multimedia projects, though it does not store the raw video or graphic files themselves. Let's go back. All right. Hang on. Wait, stand by. All right. Where is mine? Let me see. This is going to be mine. I'm going to get the welcome. Make sure I'm in mine and not still in Dana's. We would like to invite folks. Yes, we'll copy the link. And will put it right here. And we paste it. And it should be getting ready to pop up. So there you go, hun. That should be the link to mine. Now, like I said, I haven't got the pictures yet, but after the stream, if not tonight, then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna try to put these all in. I might even create another channel specifically for this in Fallout, mostly just so I can separate. And I want to get them in order because I kind of took these as I was doing the episodes each week. So they're really kind of jumbled up in between all my other images. And I want to kind of get it a little bit better organized. Oh, I see. Thank you, hun. And I was, like I said, I kind of jumped the gun. And I just really wanted to talk about it. I didn't know what I was going to have to do tomorrow or get into. And then I didn't want to jumble it up with Friday night because there's some things that I want to talk about really with the episodes and where they're going to go with the season. And now that we've kind of talked about this, as we get into the episode, we might be able to make a little more sense of it. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. If any of you guys want to watch the episode, and perhaps you just, your Amazon Prime's just not working right now for you. You're having some problems with it, some minor glitches in the system. Then come hang out in the Discord. Let me know because we can always hang out and watch and chill and stuff. Yeah. So, let's see. And they got the talk show on there too. That's always fun. Or the fake talk show. As well as some other extra content on Amazon. It's always fun to check out. But I'm not sure. We'll see where it goes. Again, obviously, this is running some kind of... and this is the DOS. They're not using Windows. They are in their C. They are using DOS, the DOS Systems 32 debug command. They're not using Windows. They went back to legacy sort of workings on this. I don't know. And you would think, even though I know this is sort of a different universe, you would think that Windows would be standard. And maybe it was, and that's maybe what he was doing. Maybe he was taking off Windows and now putting on DOS. And that could be it. He could have been saying, hey, look, you're trying to hack in. We're getting rid of Windows. We're going back to DOS. I'm able to, maybe it's a safer sort of systems. I'm not sure. I should thank you, man. That would fucking be sweet. That would be awesome, man. I do want to use OBS, and really get to play with it. But that hosting, the guest hosting capabilities always makes it not as fun. So that I would get back into playing with me some OBS if I could figure that out. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, so I don't know what all of this means. I mean, yes, I can kind of figure out they're running a systems debug command. But I don't know if it actually found anything, or if it, if it actually was able to find something and boot it out. Okay, I don't know completely. I mean, these look like trying to tell you how to do commands, perhaps like on copy, you do /A maybe, or /B, source, destination of where things are going, source specifics. Let's see, and then we get down here. I'm not quite sure what any of the CLS.S. It gets all janky with fucking, that don't make any goddamn sense to me. This almost looks like the goddamn terminals when you're trying to fucking hack them. I'm not sure. I know that's probably not what that is. But again, I don't understand half of what some of this is really trying to tell us. And why they're using an older systems, other than, like I said, maybe I don't know. I'm not a computer person. I know we went over all that stuff just a second ago reading through it. I don't know if the DOS is superior to Windows in certain regards, as far as being able to do maybe what House wants to do to get his systems, get whoever's in it possibly hacking in or trying to put a bug or whatever it is that they're trying to take, whether it be the data. And that could have been what they were doing when they went through there or something. I'm not sure. But we're going to get ready to wrap it up for tonight. I want to thank everyone for hanging with me and powering through all of my craziness of trying to figure out the mystery behind these sort of Fallout little clips they gave us. What it means. What does it mean? What does it mean? Who's hacking and why? What are they trying to take from House? And is House fighting back? I'm not sure. But just stay tuned, folks, because we will be back Friday night to talk about this week's episode and see if anything from the episode may have something to do with this. I'm not sure. I kind of have, it's possible. They do show us some stuff in this episode that's actually, I think, really cool and interesting. I hope you guys get ready to watch it. Again, let me know. We can check it out here in a little bit in the Discord if you would rather do it that way. But either way, go check out the episode this week. And meet me back here Friday night, where we will dive back into all things Fallout. And I promise I will get back into the game. I know I actually kind of dove into this a little bit longer than I thought. So fingers crossed, tomorrow I will try to play some of the game. And then Friday night we'll go through the episode and I'll try to play some more of New Vegas as well. So I'll try to get 2 nights of Fallout New Vegas in back to back. I got to level myself up so we can go back to the ladies and see if they can fulfill all of our fantasies and desires. And we got to find Fisco, what was his name again? Hang on, they showed us in this episode, this week's, whatever you want to call these little animations. Where is it? Yeah, the fully integrated security technotronic officer, or Fisto, as we all know him now. And he's got lots of personalities. Apparently, our merchant prefers the sex robot version of Fisto. So there you have it, folks. I hope you all have a great night. Again, I believe it's Wednesday, right? It's still hump day. Yes, it's Wednesday. It is hump day. So you guys go out there and you have a great night. Check out the Fallout. And we'll see you guys Friday. Until then, We love you. Have a great night. Bye, guys.
Paint me a scene, city in color, the way that you see, the way you see it. Don't you wish that I could give you, I could give you everything. 1, 2, 3, and my heart is racing. Can't fall asleep, I got my mind in a throw. Weightless, floating through the day. Trust that I'll be okay. I'm happy alone, but I let it go. Waiting for you. Wait until you realize. Waiting for you. Wait until you realize. If you wanna run ahead, I'll meet you where the water meets the earth we cling to. If you wanna find the edge, I'll come too. I could run around this world